Alright, Jack, you're back in. Give me my headset, please. What's up, Alicia? It's been a while. Working it out. She's like, oh, you really? I'm like, oh yeah, I'm definitely working it out. Hey, she's like, yeah, let me take this scene. Okay. Alright, we're sitting out here at Presonus Studio One International Airport and we host Dick Arthur Night. Welcome to the broadcast for some more creative engineering in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. We are mapping the controller, MIDI controller, button presses, MIDI signals to keystrokes, keyboard keystrokes to operate the autopilot Microsoft Flight Simulator. And currently we've got the air traffic control working and the left column of the primary flight display. We are now moving on to, well, duplicate the effort, but in a much more rapid pace to map the multifunction display left column buttons. So that way they can remain in sync and we can get additional information. For example, on the active flight plan screen, we can see that we have altitude column, and we do not have that on the primary function display. And we do need that when we're going to do a VNAV approach. So we're going to go ahead and see if we can get that done. Alright, with that said, I'm going to reach for something. My first inkling was to go ahead and grab the controller, but can I get away with just using the mouse? We have to answer a question. Where is our mouse pointing currently? Alright, let's say if we foreground Visual Studio Code, get it up into its home position, and then we move across to the other monitor and give Microsoft Flight Simulator focus. Now that Microsoft Flight Simulator does have focus, we should be able to move to flight control services and scroll down to good question. I would suspect it would be in the autopilot category, but why don't we try a novel approach and click on that and then just type in the word display. We can figure out where the keyboard is. Alright, home keys. Got it. D-I-S-B-L-A-Y. There we do. MFD.
MFD.
Now, I just heard somebody repeat that back, which is concerning because nothing should be able to, unless I just somehow toggled assistive, voice, speech. Alright. I do see Control Shift A and Alt Shift L plus something else on this altitude in and out, increase and decrease. I think I'm gonna unmap those.
MFD. Text input field.
Yep. There is always an explanation for
Tweak. Delete assign. Now.
like that's not gonna be useful to me.
Delete. Tweak. Delete assign control. Delete assign control. Go back. Filter. Oculus touch. MFD altered. MFD. Now deactivated. Now activated.
Put this on my lap.
Tweak action. Tweak action curve. Input value. Delete this. Now deactivated. Now go back. Go back. Filters. None. Button.
I don't know what keystroke I hit to turn that on, but I'm gonna have to hit that to turn it on.
MFD altitude inner knob set. Input type is specific. Primary binding is $binding 1. Secondary binding is $binding 2.
Alright,
Select to rebind this control.
let's try something
Text
else.
input field.
Let's try typing PFD.
MFD. Press it.
The good thing is we don't need to do all of the buttons. All we need to do is menu, proc, flight plan, and likely direct to. That is true. We have 4 buttons to do. So I'm going to look down the list. Direct to button push Control Alt 7. Alright, MFD. Is MFD below? It is not. It's above. Oh, it's not even going to be. Oh man. Alright, so we're gonna have to do it by button. Let's see if we can do it by autopilot. Autopilot general. Nope. Oh wow. Let's go with the first thought, it's faster. I was hoping to see both PFD and MFD on the same page. I think I did that once before. I don't know what the answer is for that.
Direct to.
Control Alt 7.
Press enter to validate. MFD direct to button. $alt text. Now active. Input value. Press B to access options. Now activated. Now deactivated. Now go back. Filters, none. Button. T.HOT is word hop. Direct to. Text input field. Direct to. Text input field. Menu.
Control Alt 3.
Press enter to validate. MFD, dollar alt text, dollar, now deactivated, now activated, now activated, now deactivated, go back, button, go, filters, none, button,
Direct to menu, flight plan, and track.
Logitech driving force G, mouse, menu, text input field. Flight. Press enter to validate. Flight. Text input field. Rate flight control surfaces. Text input field. Press space to enter text. PLN. Press PFD. Press enter to validate.
I see procedure control 4. We'll go with that for now.
PFD autopilot PFD autopilot heading button. PFD procedure push button push.
Control
Input
Alt
type is
4.
specific. PFD. Text input field.
MFD push. Control Alt 4. I still want to know where the config file is for this shit. It would be so much easier to do it in text once you know what you're doing. What you're trying to achieve. Copy-paste operation. Essentially the hard way through the menus. Now I have to go and locate the one button that doesn't want to be found, which is the FPL. No wonder I called it PLN or plan. But it's the FPL button. They won't let me clear. They took the clear user interface X button away. It's like they need user interface developer they're in world of hurt. I'm sorry. I have to be honest.
FPL.
FFD.
Press enter to validate.
What is that shit? Control Alt what? I can't even believe that's true.
Now deactivated. Now activated.
Oh, that's the 8. Why is the 8 looking like a fucking tick mark? I was wondering, I was like, I know I didn't put no big quote in there.
Filters.
That looks like that little thing right there don't look like 8 to me. That looks like some kind of a tick mark.
MFDFPL push button.
Control Alt 8.
FPL push button. MFDF $alt text.
It's getting worse by the minute. Control Alt 8. And if you wonder why I'm skipping past the 8 and doing it, because they assign it in the order you clicked instead of just your industry standard. Control Alt 8. Right? If I hit 8 first, it'll be 8 Alt Control or some shit. I'm like, really?
Now
It's like, they're like, these guys are just spewing hatred our way. They're just like, they're getting live and they're just going at it. They're like, taking the gloves off. What did we do? We released way early? I have to admit, I feel you guys. I'm glad you got it out the door early, because the parts that, I like. I know this stuff will get cleaned up. Thanks for allowing us along for the ride.
Oculus Touch controller left. Button. Press B to access options and social features.
This dude, I gotta turn him off, right? First of all, this sounds like something I may have enabled. I was groping around in the dark, clicking on my keyboard.
Primary binding is $binding 1.
I'm hoping, that is like not Windows desktop assistive. I think that must be.
$alt text. $alt text.
I'm just gonna leave that menu around in case I need it. I want to go to the escape main menu.
Tier Udder, keyboard. Button.
Yeah, it depends on how successful you are when you sit in a chair to do this work. How long you last. The frustrations today's way more frustrating than yesterday. And yesterday was the harder work. So it varies, there's no telling. Trying to, VR and multitasking, I'm trying to make it easier on myself. Maybe once the work is done, I'll be happy.
Restart. And settings. Button. Settings. General screen. Tab 1 of 5. Press Q or E to switch tab. Settings. Accessibility screen. Tab 4 of 5. Minimum. Button 4. Button 2 of value is 50. Now deactivated. Controls. Button. VR.
Somehow I don't know, I hit a keyboard shortcut that enables that. I wasn't paying attention, apparently. Alright, jacking back in. I think I'll just close weather for today. Communication. Just slam that up in the air somewhere. I'm not gonna hang on every word anyway. And I think maybe rather than close this, I know how to get it back. Alright. I do have focus. Alright, now I'm just gonna upset them. No flight plan. I'm jumping in the air. I wonder if I could refly that route without doing anything. Let's say I cheat.
Nightbat 341 Kilo Papa Alpha 7910, you were not cleared to take off.
Cancel,
Approach Nightbat
should request flight following.
10 is type Cessna Skyhawk, 1 miles northwest of Giuliano 1,100 feet. Request flight following.
Oh, there you go.
Nightbat 341 Kilo Papa Alpha 7910 radar contact 1 miles northwest of Giuliano 1,200 feet QNH 1018.
Golf course right there.
Roger, Nightbat 341 Kilo Papa Alpha 7910.
That golf course needs a little love, man. What the fuck? Yeah, like, it's off season, man. Y'all need some grass that loves salt water. That's the first time I noticed the golf course. And I've been flying around here for a long time. I used to fly around looking for golf courses. That's why it's tripping me out. That I didn't know that was right there. Driving range. I find that very curious. I'm doing 99 knots, right? And my trim is not really trying to elevate me in any way. So now we're starting to climb. Maybe knots. Now my nose is dipping. That's why I used to like the wheel. What's the name of that tool? Took a long time. I wonder if they finally. I've been so busy doing this that all of the tools that I want will probably come online if they haven't already when I get done. Flow Pro. Give them my $2 for the upgrade. And then I can see stuff like landing rates, teleport to different locations and all that. I didn't notice the blue tops on these.
Stall.
It's like I haven't really had any sightseeing flights in a long time. That's probably why I didn't know. But I mean, I do. I think probably because normally when I'm flying around in circles like this, I'm thinking about what I'm getting ready to do next, which right now I am not doing. And I'm actually, my eyes are open so I can actually see. Unless they just, drop some updates and they change some stuff, which I doubt. You think we got time to put blue tops on those buildings? Are you kidding me? He thinks we're over here manicuring golf lawns. Have you seen the state of that user interface? We haven't got time for anything. It's to the point now where I'm kind of okay with jitter and stutter. It's like that's the least of my worries. Although I can see that I am not flying the smoothest flight. Oh, I caught the corner of. Y'all need to work on the collision geometry on that one. I was nowhere near that building. I know I was in the clear. And I ended up upside down. It's probably got a button. Somebody got a sustain pedal. They're like, wait till you see this building. Let them have it, man. I'm tired of hearing that shit.
2 miles west of Juliana, 500 feet. Request flight following.
500.
Nightbat 341 Kilo Papa Alpha 7910 approach. Squawk 1746.
Nah, I'm not ready to do that.
Squawk 1746 Nightbat.
Y'all took all my steam out of me today. When I start doing this, that means I'm done. I got the bogey at 11:30.
Alpha 7910.
What's up, SBU 201? He's like, I'm not AI. Will you leave me alone? I'm streaming. Really? I'm sorry. If you are, I think I've seen that so many times. I'm like, man, that kind of looks like I wonder what I look like. Like my name tag right now. That's the other thing. I wish you could see your own name tag. Toggle it on and off. Surely I'm flying with flaps on, although my throttle's not all the way in. Yeah, I think they got me. I got want to sleep feeling already. Yeah, that's better. I'm trying to see what's going on. I'm still sinking. I think I should be climbing. I don't think I got enough giddy up to get up. I'm doing 81 knots. I don't think you're gonna make it. You're not clear to land. Oh shit. They didn't tell him to go around. He says, I'm gonna take that asshole out of here. Delta Airlines 1887. It's like if you had the kind of night I had. I feel like I worked a double shift and it's only like half the shift.
Stall.
Need to see beach. If you're gonna be doing this, that's what you want to do. You want to find a good beach, man. And play some samba. No, not samba. Bossa Nova. Samba's probably a bit much for right now. I think the jitter is making my eyes tired. I kind of feel like I probably need to do some. Yeah. You get somewhere near the edge of that building. That one right there. Let me see. It happened twice. And upside down. Like, they're like, no, we gotta let you fly past this building. It's curved. They're like, yeah, well.
341 Kilo Papa Alpha 7910 is type Cessna Skyhawk. 2 miles west of Juliana, 300 feet. Request flight following.
Like these buildings.
Nightbat 341 Kilo Papa Alpha 7910 approach. Squawk 2515.
Squawk 2515 Nightbat 341 Kilo Papa Alpha 7910.
Nightbat 341 Kilo Papa Alpha 7910 radar contact 1 mile south of Juliana, 1000 feet QNH 1018.
Roger, Nightbat 341 Kilo Papa Alpha 7910.
time we're going to do some
341
investigating.
Kilo Papa Alpha 7
Flaps up,
9105
grounding
miles,
speed.
southwest 800 feet to land.
At 341 Kilo Papa Alpha 7910 Tower. QNH 10185 left base runway 12.
I know I can make it through this building. I do that a lot. I know I did hallucinate that. That one's good.
At that 341 Kilo Papa Alpha 7910, did you copy?
Stall. Stall. Stall.
That wasn't gonna work.
Stall.
I'm coming along the beach, right? See, I wasn't close enough to actually get hit.
Stall. Stall.
At that 341 Kilo Papa Alpha 7910, please acknowledge.
Stall.
I'm busy. I'm not playing the game right now. I'm not. I don't care what you have to say right now. I'm testing.
Continue
I'm
taxiing.
play testing. That one was just me being stupid.
Contact ground on 118.7.
At that 341 Kilo Papa Alpha 7910, you were not cleared to take off. Roger, windward tree 04.
Stall.
Approach Nightbat 341 Kilo Papa Alpha 7910 is type Cessna Skyhawk, 2 miles west of Juliana, 400 feet. Request flight following.
Nightbat 341 Kilo Papa Alpha 7910 approach. Squawk 2711.
They didn't give me that one.
Squawk 2711 Nightbat 341 Kilo Papa Alpha 7910.
Stall.
Nightbat 341 Kilo Papa Alpha 7910 radar contact 2 miles northwest of Juliana, 300 feet QNH 1018.
Roger, Nightbat 341 Kilo Papa Alpha 7910.
Stall.
Yep. I think it's a box collision and you see a curve, so you don't realize that it protrudes out. And like, that's meant for, visual purposes only. We don't expect you to be barnstorming. Like, to me, this is the fun part of the game right here.
Stall.
Now, I used to come through here sideways.
Stall.
I wasn't nowhere near sideways. Yeah, like he hallucinated that whole thing.
Approach Nightbat 341 Kilo Papa Alpha 7910 is type Cessna Skyhawk, 2 miles northwest of Juliana, 500 feet. Request flight following.
Nightbat 341 Kilo Papa Alpha 7910 approach. Squawk 3547.
Squawk Tree 547 Nightbat 341 Kilo Papa Alpha 7910.
Nightbat 341 Kilo Papa Alpha 7910 radar contact 1 miles west of Juliana 200 feet QNH 1018.
Roger, Nightbat 341 Kilo Papa Alpha 7910.
Stop. 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 Stop.
Yeah, I know you can get through there. Step sideways.
Stop. 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 Stop.
It's like, you should get points for this. Bling, 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 bling. And then you like, you lose your points when you buy it. And like, this would be like the world's most complicated, you know, endless scroller. Like, what are you trying to... We didn't make that for this, with this for that.
Stop. 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 Stop.
They still got that going on.
Stop.
Junkyard. Who's that there.
Stop.
Can you make it? Nah.
Stop. 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 Stop.
Baseball. Trying to see when the visual artifacts go away. Now I can see that must be DLS as my wings, the flaps, the ailerons are melted. Alright, now back to this trim. Alright, I want to activate computer.
500.
I like to get out of the dark.
Nightbat 341 Kilo Papa Alpha 7910 traffic is 10 o'clock 4 miles at 900 feet generic. Report them in sight.
I see him.
Nightbat 341 Kilo Papa Alpha 7910. Have a generic in sight.
Check.
Windward 632 traffic is 1 o'clock 3 miles at 500 foot Cessna Skyhawk. Report them in sight.
Check. And Procedure. Check. And
Flight
flight back.
path 341 Kilo Papa Alpha 7910 traffic is 6 o'clock
Oh, that's
4
right,
miles
too.
at 1,400 feet generic. Report them in sight.
I got the
Flight
buggies
path
inside.
341 Kilo Papa Alpha 7910.
Yeah.
Have a generic insight.
Windward 632 traffic is 2 o'clock 4 miles at 1,400 feet generic. Report them in sight.
The generic inside.
Windward 629er traffic is 2
That?
o'clock 4 miles at 500 foot Cessna Skyhawk. Report them in sight.
Oh, I have to do direct to. I got it selected. Direct
629er
to.
traffic is 3 o'clock 4 miles at 900 feet generic. Report them in sight.
Autopilot. I gotta do autopilot and nav. They're not giving me nav though. Really? Bad runway? There's GPS. Now, let's go into approach mode 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then approach. Now I'll just. Alright, now. So I have to be in tab to hit approach first. Alright, now I'm going into GPS mode. And now on the GPS, I just hit what I believe is approach. Autopilot heading. Nav. So as you get to nav, approach. Why is approach putting me roll? Alright, flight level change. Let's go ahead and get up to 3,000. That's pretty nice. Alright, 3,000 and flight level change. 2 up from the bottom. I see ALTV. I'm trying to do flight level change, however. Alright, they want me to flight level change for the speed. Maybe flight level changes for descending. Roll up. 700 feet per minute. I'm headed to Gouda. But the buttons worked in sync, right? Except I didn't seem to. Let's try to get the right clock. Let me show you where. Alright. First things first, I want direct to. Check, check. I want menu. Check, check. Procedure. Check, check. flight plan. I'm looking at the wrong thing. Flight plan. They're in alternate states. Alright, so I need to manually toggle it. What does it say? Remove Gouda, cancel. Alright, now, target flight plan. That should be the section that they sent. Alright, so now I can look over here and say, I need to be at 2,600 feet when I pass Gouda, 2,600 when I pass Ovaki, 1,700 when I pass Lesser. Alright, currently I'm at 1,200 feet, and I'm in GPS. Somehow I got into pitch mode, so I must have a button mismapped. My RPMs are high, and I'm way out of my seat. This thing, I can't wait to get those casters. The caster, what do you call it? Guard? The thing that keeps your wheels rolling. Alright. I should not be in pitch mode right now. That's the first thing. Alright, so I need to get flight plan off the screen. Now, my goal here is to get at least vertical speed going. And that ain't working. I think it's because I'm in a mode that I didn't want to be in. So, if I hit altitude mode,
Approach Nightbat 341 Kilo Papa Alpha 7910 cancel flight
that is
follow.
flight director. That's the one that's busted too, flight director.
Nightbat 341 Kilo Papa Alpha 7910 approach cancellation received. Squawk 7000. Frequency change
now.
approved.
Let's make sure everything's working. If I hit V now,
Approach Nightbat 341 Kilo Papa Alpha 7910 is type Cessna Skyhawk 11 miles southwest of Juliana 1,200 feet. Request flight following.
so now,
Nightbat
If I go
341
into-
Kilo Papa Alpha 7910 approach. Squawk 747 tree.
I'm in nav mode right now. So if I go into approach mode,
Squawk 747 Tree Nightbat 341 Kilo Papa Alpha 7.
can I get a flight level change to happen?
Nightbat 341 Kilo Papa Alpha 7910 radar contact 12 miles southwest of Juliana 1,300 feet QNH 1018.
Once you're
Roger.
in pitch mode, when I hit flight level change, that's the end of
Alpha
that.
7.
Vertical speed. Is the nose up next to vertical speed? Yes, it is. 700 feet. I'll just leave that and let them climb. And look to see if flight level change brings us back down. While we do that, what happens if I've always wanted to quick something? If I hit approach mode right now, I'm going away, but I'm kind of am headed towards the approach. So I could probably turn on flight plan, but I'm headed towards Gudavaki. Gudavaki, that's all part of my approach, right? So if I say, well, let's go ahead and let you manage the approach, right? So flight plan direct to flight level change, vertical speed, approach. if I hit approach, nobody's paying attention to me. And maybe they won't do that until I get to do that. But as soon as I did that, it put me in roll. But I don't want to be in roll mode, I want to be in nav mode. And I don't want to maintain this altitude, I want to continue climbing. Right? So vertical speed, and I need to nose up 700 and leave things alone. I think that approach button puts you into roll mode. If you're not, I don't know, maybe if you're not headed towards your final approach fix. So probably when I'm headed towards Avaki, no, lesser is the final approach fix. I don't know, maybe Avaki's the initial approach, but they did IAP. I don't see initial approach fix labeled on here. Gouda, Avaki, lesser, map on it. Okay, so we're headed towards Gouda. So now, let's say, for example, I wanted to go to procedures, right? For the proc button. And now, unfortunately, I have to go reach because I don't have a dial match. So I need the cursor, pull the trigger. Yeah. Warn me about that, and I gotta let that shit go away. Thank you. Okay. Now, I want to select approach. Why am I skipping it? There's a switch. And I say Gouda. That's where I'm headed.
Nightbat 341 Kilo Papa Alpha 7910 contact San Juan Center on 12865. Good day.
So, that is
128 65 for Nightbat 341 Kilo Papa Alpha 7 910.
I'm still off my chair. I can see that everything's out of place. I gotta get done with these things so I can stop reaching for that controller. Those knobs are gonna become infinitely more important. But now, I have to do the right hand column, right? Did I not? No, I did not do it, did I? Or did I? I don't know what I did. I did do flight director. Okay, never mind. I did flight director, yes, but it's broken. That's why I feel it's not done. I think that's the only button that ceased to function. Flight director. Alright, so while we wait for that turn to come up, flight director is going to be my last order of business for today, I know it. Okay, so let's go ahead and get that out of the way. The flight director I broke, that's button 1 on column 2. Alright, so I also do flight director. So what am I leaving for tomorrow? I think I'm ready to try the map knobs, which is probably going to be another. Oh no, I still have more stuff to do in this PFD. That should be quick. What? I wanted OBS, CDI, ident. I really don't think so. I need OBS CDI, timer ref, nearest, and alerts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I need clear and enter. Okay, yep, I remember that. And after I do those, I'm moving off to the knobs. Yeah, okay, cool. Yep, that's what I'm doing tomorrow. Alright, so now yeah. I'm convinced. Alright, I'm getting ready to make that turn. We should be getting ready to make the turn. Right now. Yep. Alright, so that's the bottom of descent. I'm at altitude 3000. But I'm not technically in VNAV mode. One, two, three. VNAV, right? I want to VNAV. Do I have to hit approach first? 1, 2, 3, 4, approach. And VNAV. Like I'm expecting VPath to come on. That's backwards. Then 1, 2, 3 is VNAV. Let me move that value down to 2,000. I mean to 200 feet. Now I'm suspecting y'all should be able to go. I'm in approach. I can see the GP. 1, 2, 3. I'm trying to get into VNAV. So you'll start managing that descent. But that might have to be safe for another trip. I see 2600. Okay, they did arm it. 1, 2, 3. Off. And back on. VPath. There it is. So the VNAV button does work. And procedures, I want to turn that off because it's in my way. It's out of sync also. I'm supposed to be getting down to 2,600 feet. Let me start pulling the throttle. Alright. Surely I remember my flaps. Of course I can't see. That's right. Alright, I'm waiting to see the vertical speed start to decrease. Okay, so now, oh, no, we're still holding. Top of descent for Avaki. Oh, we haven't reached the top of descent point yet. We're passing by Elora, which is not on our plan. So we're going to start descending for Avaki at that TOD mark. Alright, so right now we got 10.3 nautical miles. And I think I'm going to go with 300 feet. Can I amend the procedure? And that's what I want to change. I always leave that off, but I should probably turn that on. But sure. I can't get 250 out of that. Enter. Activate. Oops. Now I need to quickly do direct to before it's too late. Fuck that. Go back. Clear. Flight plan. I need to go down one. Broke it. There's Vaki. Alright. Direct to Vaki. Enter. Activate. Alright, we didn't get turned away so much that I couldn't pick that back up. Okay. Why? Because I wanted to change that to 300. Not that it matters. I might need to bump this to be 300. Or no, I changed it to 250, and I don't have 50-foot increments. Hundreds and thousands, right? On the altitude bug. Okay, so we're headed back in. And then out of sync again. I have to figure out what I'm doing and get them out of sync. So let me turn off flight plan. And I like keeping an eye on it when I want to approach. So now I want to go to the flight plan button just to get used to where it is. The more I do it, the more likely I am to remember. Alright. Alright, so now I'm headed towards Vaki. 87 degrees is the desired track. Bearing 87 degrees, so we're on course. And it's 6.3 nautical miles away. We're headed direct to Vaki. We're in GPS mode, autopilot. We're in pitch mode. We're letting them do glide path and V path, GP over V, GP/V. So that tells me that I have activated approach mode and VNAV. Alright, I'm at 1930 RPM, bouncing around 80 knots. The wind is in my face, so that is currently the worst case condition. It's coming out of the east at 91 degrees at 8 knots. So I'm not in danger of stalling, and I'll cruise at 80 for a while. I'm still a bunch of miles out. I don't want to deploy flaps until I'm kind of like on fine. Well, let's see. Final approach fix at lesser. 5 miles to stabilize. 3 miles to. So I have 8 miles. Is this straight in? So when I did final approach fix, I'll probably deploy flaps and shoot for 65 knots. Alright, so my flight director button is busted, right? Flight director's button on C#3. Alright, I think that's 52 on this list of actions. So far, I've not had to change this text file at all. Control Alt D1 to toggle flight director. Control Alt D1 flight director. So the only way for me to know what I have done is
Generic 1 Quebec Sierra descend and maintain 9,400 feet.
Nah, where's my keyword? It's still there. Alright, so
Descend and maintain 9,400 feet, Generic 1 Quebec Sierra. Generic 1 Quebec Sierra climb and maintain FL 410.
I have Control Alt 1.
Climb and maintain FL 410, Generic 1 Quebec Sierra.
Okay, so I'm beginning to think that that's only going to work for me in a non-G1000 airplane. So I'm going to give the autopilot flight director back. Decrease, increase. Set. I want to toggle right. This one. Control Alt 1. I'll leave that up for now. I wonder what that's gonna do. Do I want to hit that right now? I can see that it's trying to do something, but it probably can't work for me while I'm actually actively on approach, using GPS, autopilot. I see that we are making our descent likely down to the initial approach fix lesser, or final approach fix lesser. So we should probably be crossing lesser at 1,700, yeah, 1,700 feet. So we should be descending to 1,700 automatically because we are in GP and we got the ALTS. So that suggests to me that the V path is doing its job because we are making the top of descent at where? Where is a match? Uh-oh. I reached for the wrong device. I really didn't need the mouse to interact with that. I'm searching, I'm looking in the air over here. Hey, mics and everything. Okay. So, Shroud. I'm finding this difficult to believe. Where's my aircrafts? I have no belief in what I'm looking at on this map. Am I turned around and I'm going out the wrong way? Or is this map out of sync? Did I break myself off course? It says that I'm going Avaki to Lesser right now. I see the land in front of me. This looks like it's out of whack. Oh wow, this is me. Oh, that's my original flight plan from early today. Did I draw it on here at the EFB? That's interesting. Well, I'm getting ready to pass a waypoint that's not on my plan. This is map on, right? I can't read that far. Shit, that label's too small. Doesn't matter the zoom level. But we are headed towards the airport. Okay. That's unfortunate. However, we passed Lesser and we are headed towards map on this approach fix 2.4 nautical miles out. Now, I'm in autopilot GP, and what I have noticed is that we are descending. I can see the diamond, but what concerns me is that I no longer see V-path or GS for glide slope. Maybe because we got that tone that says that we captured the glide slope. I'm pulling the throttle out because we're coming in pretty hot. But we're making our descent. And now I'm gradually bringing the throttle back into it. I'm gonna drop that flap. Alright, we're 1 mile from map on to this push point. We can see the runway clearly. I'm looking for the joystick to drop flaps and increase throttle just to make sure we don't stall. I'm trying to get it around 65. I'm at 1880, so probably pretty good. Where we got a slight crosswind coming from 48 degrees, 12 knots. I don't have any feet on rudder pedals. I'm pulling back on the throttle because I see we're getting a little hot. 78, pull back some. Let's see if we can get away with somewhere around 1600. 1600, we're still coming in a little fast. Pull it back, 1530. Shoot for 65. 14. Alright, looks like we're at 65 and holding.
500.
Alright. CGP, so it's following glide up. So what I see is that we're descending at 450 feet per minute, and it says that we're low because I'm looking at the poppy lights out there. Everything's red, and we're getting close to the stall speed. So I'm gonna go ahead and throttle up. We got one red light. 3, now we're high. We're hitting around 60. that. Yeah, fast. I want to see how close we make it this time. Now I added 50 feet, but it looks like I might want to put in something like closer to make it to the threshold. I might want to put in 300. Next time, it probably would help to have my foot on the rudder pedals. Yeah. I don't know where the rudder pedals are. Okay. So don't land without your feet on the rudder pedals. Alright, so throughout that whole procedure, I did not reach for the controllers. That's a good thing, right? We still got a bunch of stuff to go. Well, I do reach for the controllers in order to turn the knobs still. So I'm going to get that suspend button because you see it's now highlighted in green. We could have hit that suspend and gone off to the holding pattern because we missed our approach. Like maybe it's bad weather, we couldn't even see the poppy lights or the runway lights. So we had to go mist.
Approach Nightbat 341 Kilo Papa Alpha 7910 is type Cessna Skyhawk, 1 miles, west of Juliana 500 feet, request flight following.
Nightbat 341 Kilo Papa Alpha 7910 approach. Squawk 2136.
I don't know. Say we're out here somewhere.
Squawk 2136 Nightbat 341 Kilo Papa Alpha 7910.
Alright, Mr. Approach point.
Nightbat 341 Kilo Papa Alpha 7910 radar contact. Tree miles west of Juliana 9,900 feet QNH 1017.
Well, let's say, for
Roger,
example,
Nightbat 341 Kilo Papa Alpha 7910.
alright, now,
Nightbat 341 Kilo Papa Alpha 7910 contact San Juan Center on 12865. Good day.
okay, we're trying to,
12865 Nightbat 341 Kilo Papa Alpha 7910.
let's go and draw some lines. Let's go with
Sync rate. Pull up.
3,000. Alright, let's see. Where's the airport? To my left, right?
Stall.
There we go.
Stall. Stall.
Running circles. Looks like I put myself way out somewhere. Got it. Okay, there. Okay, so let's say right here, I get a stable, and then I hit autopilot. Alright, and then I go direct to Avaki. Direct to. And that's the thing, I don't have enter maps to this. I was like, you got that far down the road, did you have to enter? Alright, so I'm going direct to Avaki. And then that OBS goes, it activates suspend. So it looks to me as if, do I see top of descent marked or anything? You know I'm headed towards map on. Let's mash some buttons. Okay, I'm in GPS, I'm in that. Let's say I go to VNAV. They won't let me. Alright, I'm already in approach mode. And I'm getting fast, so I gotta put back on the throttle. So my goal here is to be in approach mode, approaching Princess Juliana. It looks like we're way out here, but that gives me a chance to get my head together. And alright. And that OBS button changes to SUSP, suspend. And so when you get to the missed approach point and you hit the OBS button, well, which has changed to suspend, you should go into that missed approach mode and it will follow out to whatever the procedure calls for, which is usually a climb out to some holding pattern and then you follow the holding pattern. So let's see if we can get ourselves closer. To this boat. Go 2 miles out. And I want to see the flight plan info, so alright. So missed approach holding pattern. MAHP on bed. So if you get to map on and you're not sure you want to try to land, you go to the holding pattern and then you hold until you get vectored out of there or whatever. Or that's a good question. What do they do if you're in the holding pattern? I don't know. I never missed. I slew my way out of it. Uh-oh. Stall. I just screwed up. Full throttle.
Stall.
Hinge down.
Stall.
Why? Because you're flying with 10 degrees of flaps. 20 degrees of flaps.
Stall.
Hold up.
Stall.
This is not good.
Stall.
Active pause. Why? Because I'm dropping shit. I'm out of control, okay? Alright, where's the throw? I couldn't find the stick. There it is. Alright, slew. Pitch down. I was trying to figure out what's the way out of it. Get some airspeed. Like, why are they not letting me out of this situation here? My airspeed indicator is not increasing. Am I in active pause? Yeah. Okay. The flaps is what got me into the problem. Yeah, you better know where your flaps are. What happened? Why are we doing this? Somebody forgot to stow away the flaps. Okay, so we're back on track. So, map on. So what's going on? Well, direct to is still open. So my little plan for synchronization seems not to be working properly. Now, what I don't see are the altitudes. So probably map on. like I think we've already consumed the buttons. The buttons. We've already hit those waypoints, so altitude is no longer. Is that true? I know it's true. We must not be in. I don't know, because I don't. This happened to us last time. I did not see the GS or the VP button. And I'm thinking I'm in approach mode. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's the GP. Okay, well, that's probably wrong. And then VNAV. I gotta put those labels, those vocal voice labels on here. Like at the missed approach point, I'm expecting I should be down at, I guess I put it 250. But this is practice. Knowing what's going to happen with the autopilot as you do crazy things, right? Because lesser's the final approach fix, but I said, well, let's make it direct to map on. When lesser probably would have been a better choice because it's a little bit further out. We should for this thing, the thing which I hate. Lesser. We're not there yet. I was trying to see if I can swap this fast enough. We're still not at lesser, right? Enter.
Stall, 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 stall.
Alright, now, I don't have any
Stall,
good reason to be stalling, but I can't find the stick.
stall, stall, stall.
My trip wheel's okay. My flaps are up. And I don't have a lot of time to get that changed yet. For lesser, I want to hit enter. Or direct to enter. Activate. I want flight plan back. Oh, I see how I'm getting out of whack. Because rather than, when I got that in my head, I'm using it. Nope, it flashed and it did get out of whack. Oh well, there's no dealing with that. So when that occurs, I have no choice. But to get them back together. It says 1,700 feet, right? Is this thing trying to get me down soon? I hope so. Well, Now, what I noticed is I got GP for glide path, right? I see the diamond and the pink G. I see the pink chevron on the arrow. So, I'm suspecting that if I'm in approach mode, that's the indicator. VPath probably got turned off because it no longer applies. But we should hold 1700 right now. Is that correct? Have we passed lesser? Yes, we just did. And we were at the altitude. And we're continuing to descend down to 200. Now, I did want to change. I'm at about 300. And now my thinking is that the suspend button should be active right now. Right? Alright, I'm gonna cheat because this is already in my hand. I'm gonna hit approach. I hit it again. So, I think if you're in approach mode, the suspend button should activate. What's this? If I turn this OBS on, will that help me get into suspend mode? Where's map on? We're getting close to it. So is that when they turn on the missed approach button? So now I want to see if we transition to suspend mode. But after doing a bunch of these, it becomes second nature. It looks like we're getting close to stall speed here. I'm not really trying to climb. Just try not to stall. I don't have any flaps in. So I'm obviously not stable, but we're getting ready to hit map on in a second. And I want to see if that suspend comes on. We got a headwind 10 knots. And as soon as that leg activates, I want to know what happens. Right? I'm way high. I can't even see up over the nose. And I have 8/10 of a nautical mile. I'm being blown around and I'm coming in high. So I know I can't get down. I know that they're not paying attention to my 300 feet bug. And I'm getting ready to pass. Looks like I've already passed map on it, and I don't see that I got credit for being on that leg because I'm already over the airport basically. So So I'm gonna go backwards and try to figure out why didn't they trigger that point. The messer is flashing. I tell you what. Let's see. Is there anything that I could do myself? Maybe because I was above the device limit. Let me go ahead and put in some flaps. If you can't find a thing, you can't do the flaps. It looks like I'm crossing the map on right now.
Stall, 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 stall,
It just seems like we're off, we're out of whack.
stall, stall,
Yeah, did it again.
stall, 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 stall.
I really love
Stall,
that.
stall, stall, stall,
Fuck you.
stall,
Enter.
stall, stall.
Direct to loose.
Stall, 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 stall. Stall, 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 stall.
Well, I'm not gonna let you kill me. You know what I'm saying? Like they try to pitch up. We don't have the airspeed for that shit right now. I can see the path is on.
Stall,
Get the flaps out of here. There's no way I was going to be able to maintain that. Check my trim. Alright, I got the airspeed I need. Alright, so at this point, at 120 knots, I trust that autopilot can come back on. Alright, so now I have just reactivated Vaki. Alright, 2400. VPath mode is enabled. But it looks like we're trying to climb. 2600 is what we're shooting for. Alright. Yeah, a few hundred of these. You know what I mean? It'll be like boring. Right now it's a little interesting, like to try to figure out how to like redo it. Hey, let's practice ILS, touch and goes. You know, like, alright, let's go back. You gotta reactivate, you know, the initial approach phase. But don't, make sure you don't forget to take the flaps off so you won't stall climbing. Make sure you're in vertical V-path so you can manage your descent. And, you know, it's like, oh, what mode am I in? And how do I know? Just glancing at the thing. Because what bothers me is that I see something I don't like as an amateur. VPath, VPTH disappears. Also, right now, I don't know, looking at the screen, that I am in approach mode. Right? I think seeing the pink G up there, the little tiny pink G, tells me that I'm in approach mode. That pink 2600 tells me that I'm in vertical path management mode. Right? So it's like if you don't see the 2600, you're not in VPath. If you don't see the G, you're not in approach. This G represents the glide slope. Right? So it's like knowledge like that gained by experience. And it's just, I'm trying not to memorize. Oops. I'm trying not to memorize that fully until I know that it's true, because I don't want to be making any assumptions that don't pan out. Alright, looks like we're getting ready to do our turn, and once we're midway through the turn, we're going to be reaching the top of the descent. And we're going to be descending down towards Lesser, which is the final approach fix. We've passed the Vaki at the requisite 2,600 feet above ground level, sea level. We should be a quarter of a standard rate turn to the top of the descent board. Alright, we're basically just doing under standard rate turn coordinated, indicated by the triangle, with the coordination indicator underneath the base of the triangle. And since we are 2 tick marks to the right of the central triangle, we know that we're doing slightly less than a standard rate turn, which actually has some numbers associated with it. So many degrees per minute. Okay. And we are on course as we're entering the pink boxes. following the pink flight directory chevron, and we should see the GPS line come back together. Looks like we're in LVNAV. L/VNAV. Is that what's going to tell me that I'm using VNAV? Localizer plus VNAV, maybe? Maybe? L/VNAV. Ran out of juice. Yeah. Alright. Somebody's flying overhead. We have now turned towards Lesser, the final approach base. Bearing 0963, just 3.2 nautical miles. For those who enjoy Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Alright. I'd like to say that us aviators really very much appreciate you backup pilots. Continue to practice in the simulator. You never know when your skills are going to be required. Anybody flight simulator was wrong up there? Yeah. I only fly general aviation. No, you over here. Oh yeah. Any boring guys over here? You fly those fucking big ones? You know you're like 50,000 feet. Well, we're headed down towards Earth and Harry, so please make your way down the aisle. Here, wear this. Here's a hat. Here's a jacket. Here's a badge. I'm sure eventually I'll start flying the big birds, but I love just the Skyhawk 172 with the glass cockpit. Oh boy. That's how you can't get enough of it. I know somebody doesn't like Cessnas. Okay. VPAT. So now, see, I know I'm in VPAT and outfeed, and I just captured the 1700 required for Lesser. Yep. And I can see we went into altitude hold mode there. I'm just flashing. We're holding 1700 for now. I bugged 300 as a final. Now we're coming in hot. I'm gonna go back off the throttle. Like I'm starting to want to land without. I know I'm going missed, so I'm not even gonna put it in flaps right now. I'm just gonna pull the throttle back somewhat so I don't blow through it. I want to give it every opportunity. This time I did not click the OBS. It is still white. I want to see if it goes into suspend mode. That's what this whole thing is about. Like, at what point do they enable the suspend button? I would think that if you're on approach, that it would already be switched to susp, and they would have a green underline, but I still see OBS with a gray line under it. I need to increase throttle. We're getting dangerously close to stalling again. We got a headwind, but it's not strong. It's only 6 knots. So I'm like, why am I having a difficult time holding with no flaps today? 65 knots. Alright, we'll see. I'm waiting to see mist, like sus. Like right now, I want to hit sus. And they're not giving me that option. Maybe because I'm up so high. It's almost like they're not descending. Maybe it's like I was in VPAT and I wasn't in approach. Maybe I never picked up the glide slope. I'm way above the glide slope.
Hold up.
San Juan Center, generic November. Tree 1 Zulu Victor, 800 feet.
There's the
Search
sus
number
button.
tree 1
So I'm gonna go ahead and hit sus.
1017 radar contact
And
continued.
now we just got the bank party right,
Stall.
and we activated that other leg.
Climb and maintain 3,000 feet.
Stall. 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 Stall.
And I'm not gonna touch it because they're supposed to do this work for me.
Climb and maintain 3,000 feet. Generic 1
No flaps in, so I shouldn't be stalling.
Stall.
Full throttle,
Stall. Stall.
and it's freaking porpoising around the freaking sky, trying to stall at the same time. I'm like, yeah.
Stall. Stall. Stall.
So probably what you would really do, you would yank it away and save your life,
Stall.
and then you would manually fly that heading until you get stable. Right? And then you would reactivate autopilot once you trust that they're not going to kill us. Right? It's like the flight directors really wanting to climb right now. So like, okay, I'm gonna trust you, flight director. I'm trying to follow you. So now I'm gonna go ahead and try to trim wheel that, even if I'm not climbing enough, before I reach for the autopilot button. Now, I see that we're over speeding up the left by a little bit. And now I want to check the flight plan. And it says that I'm going to on bed. And it looks like we're stable again. But it looks like it was trying to do us in. It was all over the place for a little bit there. Okay, so it looks like we're stable. I want to see what happens when we get to on bed. And there's no need for me to sit here for 10 minutes. Closer and cars move closer. What's the estimated time in route? And that's why I wish that I could get these to work in sync, but now I'm starting to think I might need a button. But I'm not gonna. ETE 2 minutes and 53 seconds. $2:45, 6. I'm on the line. One. Can I wait 17 seconds? Yeah. Alright. Let's see if we can apply that entry. Now, what's the entry we're going to make in here? The first time around. Do we fly? Okay. We're going to bank left and fly figure 8-ish. Nope. We're going to do yes. Okay, we're going to do like a double teardrop. So at this point, that's probably when you would be talking to the tower or something, right? I don't think I'm doing any more of this today. Or that. But I'll leave it in case. Contact San Juan 7. Alright, so I'm in this pattern here, and I'm wanting y'all to let me out. I must have given up control. Nope, I still have it. I just did the wrong button.
San Juan Center Nightbat, 341 Kilo Papa, Alpha 7 Niner, 1,500 feet.
Nightbat 341 Kilo Papa, Alpha 7 Niner, 10 San Juan Center, QNH 1016, radar contact, continue.
Juliana Tower Nightbat, 341 Kilo Papa, Alpha 7 Niner 10, is 22 miles, southeast 1,600 feet, with Charlie to land.
Nightbat 341.
Make left downwind runway 10 Nightbat, 341 Kilo Papa, Alpha 7 Niner 10.
Alright, so now, if I want to suspend going around, I guess I hit suspend again. It says on bed hold, but I don't want to hold anymore. Okay, so now, I probably have to go if I can do it fast enough, and that's why this shit's a pain in the ass. Like, lesser, and then direct to, and then enter, activate, before I turn it again. Alright. So now I need to see the plan. And I need to be in, see, it looks like I'm in standby ALTS/CP/V. So it looks like I don't have to do that work again. But now I'm expecting to need to climb to lesser, and they should do it for me 1,700 feet. But I might want to actually go ahead and climb to Avaki instead. So let's see if I go. This way. I don't want to do that. What? Like I need buttons, man. Or knobs. Enter. Direct to. Enter. Activate. Alright, so I'm headed towards Vaki. but I still need to see the flight plan. So Avaki is 2600, so now they showed me that. Good. Now, theoretically, we should climb to that if I'm truly in ALTV GP/V. I would suspect that I should be trying to climb to meet 2600. But it's not bugged. We are climbing. I don't want to touch it because I want to see what it would do. You know what I mean? Like I can force myself up there, but I want to see if we get to 2600, does that white text change color? Alright, I see the glide slope indicator just came on. The G with the diamond under it. But what I want to know, and I see the pink arrow to the right for the target, vertical speed, and they must be managing the vertical. Now, I thought it only manages your descent, and that's why I'm a little confused. Because it looks like we're still kind of climbing, but we should stop climbing at 2600, but maybe not. But it is slowing down. So I want to see what they think. Yep, see ALTV 2600 just showed up. And the pink chevron, we should lock in on that vertical speed. And we're at 2600 and holding. Altitude is captured. Check, stop flashing. Now, so we are in VPath mode and GV mode. Right, glide path. Alright, now the airport's where? It looks like it's off to my right. Okay. So that means we're going to make it out to Avaki and make a right-hand turn. And it's looking like we're 20 nautical miles out from Avaki with an ET of 10 minutes 32 seconds. Well, I'm obviously not going to sit here for 10 minutes, so I'm going to slew us down that line. Try not to go past wherever we're supposed to turn. And let it do its job. Okay, so let's see if I do decide to just only use this mouse. If I use the right mouse button to zoom in. Nope. Middle mouse? Nope. But left mouse? I swore zoom was working on that mouse. Top of descent is at the middle of that turn. Alright, so we're headed towards Avaki, we're going to make that turn. Then we should head towards Lesser and then map on and not go missed this time. I still have 300 feet bugged, and I think I have on my procedure. I don't know the difference between the arrival. I always mess that up. Enter. Yeah, I don't want to do the arrival. Clear. Clear, because we're already past that. So I want to go back to
Juliana Tower, United 1629er, 13 miles west inbound, RNAV runway 10 approach. United 1629er, Juliana Tower. QNH 1017, cleared.
I have 250 feet
10
sets.
approach. Cleared RNAV runway 10 approach, United 1629er.
I want to change that to 300. Get on the back. I want to turn that on. Minimums, barometric, and then go forward. Barom, enter. $300. Enter. I messed up because I just chose Gouda, but I want to change it to Iraqi. Direct to Iraqi. Activate. Nope.
United 1629er, wind 054 at 6. Cleared to land, runway 10.
Lucky, back to Lucky.
Cleared to land, runway 10, United 1629er.
Flight plan mode. And it's like nothing happened, right? Okay, so we're on course for Lucky. And we'll turn towards Lesser. We're at 2600. We're still in VPAT and approach mode. So glide path is on standby. Vertical path is on standby. I see the 2600 in pink. Currently, we don't need to change our vertical speed, so we're inside the pink chevron. And it should manage its way down to the runway. Like, just keep doing that repetition, because it is like a little bit to know. You know what I mean? Like, I watch people do it.
Juliana Tower fraction, 018 miles.
I read
RNAV runway.
out of the G1000 chapter on that.
Juliana Tower. QNH 10.
I watched some more YouTubers,
RNAV runway 10.
and then I asked co-pilot, and it's still a little bit. It's like a recipe, right? You gotta know until you don't have to, read the instructions anymore.
Approach fraction 0.
It's like, cooking's not my thing, but I could do this. This time next year, if we're still around, it'll be wonderful. It'll be smooth. I'm on my buttons map. I got stuff in the way. I'll have my chair so it doesn't slide around. I might start deciding that I don't need furniture that I don't use anymore. Like, I get a sim-fit chair instead of jumping up and pulling this thing around all the time. I've been thinking about that. I'd like to take everything out and get rid of it. And then I would like to get like we used to call them ottomans. I like to get a fold up into the wall bed and Then I like to put shells all around the perimeter, right? For, you know, essentials. Because I do still have a lot of cables and wires and mice and dongles and hubs and shit. Right? Put that on the shelves. You know, like multiple shelves all the way up to the ceiling, but only along the wall, on the perimeter of the wall, like built into the wall. I had a neighbor that did that. And then pull the throttle back. You know, there'll be nothing in the center of the room. Just a gamer chair and a desk, because it's gonna be. But it'll be one of those desks that you could raise and lower, stand up and put down. So that way, if you decide you want to play, you know,
Forward 6. Clear to land, runway 10.
some kind of game,
Runway 10, night bed.
standing, you
341
can.
kilo
And then you
Papa,
just walk over to your keyboard or your. I mean, I don't see me get rid of a mouse, a keyboard, and a monitor. You can't get rid of them all. But then I'll have an empty space so I can do the golf games. That's the thing, I can't do any swinging games right now. And I feel a little. I mean, I used to be on Wii with Tiger Woods. I was Tiger Woods, yo. I would tell you, if you have the right kind of brain, and I'm sure we all do, you become Tiger Woods. Like I was Tiger Woods, man. In Wii, with the Wiimote. How do I know? Because I went out and took some lessons and I was hitting a country mile. And I had a short game better than Phil Mickelson. Mr. Mickelson? But I just didn't put that kind of time into putting, so I went 3 putts. So I joined the men's league, and they saw me swinging and hitting approach shots and getting up and down, you know, out of the bunker once in a while. Flop shots over shit, and they were like, "Damn, it's Tiger Woods." But then I would putt, and then sometimes it'd be 4 putts, just pick it up. Like, what the fuck? Well, the dude I was teaming with, he like, "Don't worry, your putting is the last thing, it'll come around." But all my other shit looked like, shit, that's Tiger Woods. You know, I'd be getting out of the trees and all kinds of shit. I was Tiger Woods, man. They're like, "Where'd you learn to play?" Fucking Wii. I'm in the VR, man. You know, willing suspension of disbelief. Tiger's is my avatar.
Wind 054.
Why? Because I was swinging into the picture, man. You know, the best trading money could buy. VR, Tiger Woods.
Runway 10.0.
And that was looking at the TV, right, in the living room. Imagine I was Tiger Woods with a headset. Oh, man. I probably would spend a year just putting. They need to get a really, really good putting sim. But part of it is getting out there and actually feeling the green beneath your feet
Generic
and being able to see the contours. Man, that is not an easy thing to do.
65. Good day.
I'm not hitting that suspend button because I know what's going to happen. I know it will go out to holding and I know how to get out of it. And I know that they show me up here in pink that I am going to the holding part and that I am currently holding. I know you suspend button again to get out. Now I'm trying to figure out how to set minimums because I kept coming in kind of, you know. Like right now, it looks like I'm headed for the water at 80 knots. So I think that my barometer setting is off. I'm gonna click current events. I just cleared the fence. And so it's a little bit of a disappointment there. But
10 contact ground on 118.
probably because I never changed the barometric pressure. I don't even know what.
341
It probably wasn't supposed to be 1016. hectopascals.
Fraction 0 go around.
They told me get off the runway when well, I was going too fast to make that first turn, dude. Sorry.
Going around fraction 0.
That forced them around me because I didn't get off fast enough.
Approach on 128. 9 or 5. Good day.
I didn't even request any kind of clearance. I was like, hey man, the computer did it.
128. 9 or 5 for fraction 0.
Yeah, this is busy time too, right? What time is it? It's probably, who knows what time it is.
Juliana Tower fraction 0, 1 miles east inbound RNAV runway 10 approach.
Alright,
Fraction 0, Juliana Tower. QNH 1017 cleared RNAV runway 10 approach.
Alright, this is the button.
Cleared RNAV runway 10 approach fraction 0.
There it is.
Ground Nightbat 341 Kilo Papa Alpha 7 910 taxi to parking.
Nightbat 341 Kilo Papa Alpha 7910 taxi to General Aviation. Parking using taxiway.
Alright, do y'all have somebody out there waiting for me? Nah, I have to do GSX. Like, you would wish, I don't know, do you really? I was gonna say, wish they would buy GSX out and just,
Nightbat 341 Kilo Papa Alpha 7910, please acknowledge.
oh yeah, I acknowledge. Can I, yeah.
Air Transat 285 contact San Juan Center on 128. 65. Good day.
Ground Nightbat 341 Kilo Papa Alpha 7910. I didn't copy that. Say again, please.
Wrong answer.
128. 65 for Air Transat 285.
First of all, the windows obscuring that view. Oh, once you get here,
341
it's a
Kilo
bug.
Papa Alpha 7910, do you copy?
Yeah, copy, man. Microsoft, someone's gotta fix that shit. I can't do anything but say again once I get on the ground. Is that
Nightbat
seriously?
341 Kilo Papa Alpha 7910, do you copy?
Yeah. I'm not gonna keep saying say again. Forget that noise. Oh shit. The fucking truck is actually physical. I think they might have sent me another killer's computer bullet. I said something about Microsoft. I have to watch that. I was trying to correlate my crashes to my outbursts. I think this is it. This is where she stopped. This is